He is ready to shock everyone. And by he, I mean D'Angelo Russell. And that's a teaser. I'm going to talk more about that here in just a moment. But Mavs fam, rise and shine. The day of reckoning is upon us after months over the summer of AD should play the 5. Is Derek Lively going to be healthy? Is PJ Washington okay coming off the bench? All of those questions, totally valid, they're going to start to be answered in about 12 hours. I say 12 hours from now. At the time of this recording, it's about 6:15 in the morning. And guys, I am so freaking excited. Happy Mavs Day. I am your host, Ethan, the advisor Clayton, and this is Your Mavs, a Dallas Mavericks podcast where all are welcome, but y'all better behave. Today, we're going to unpack a couple of updates here at the start. In fact, yesterday's rumor is today's update. Shamelessly, I'm going to plug that you should go back and listen to yesterday's episode because I did talk about the rumor of Cooper Flagg starting the season as the Dallas Mavericks starting point guard. And guess what? It's happening. Opening night, that's the lineup we're rolling out. It's going to be Cooper Flagg at the point guard, Klay Thompson at the shooting guard, PJ Washington at small forward, AD at the power forward, and then Derek Lively at the center. So you might be thinking, well, what the heck? We signed D'Angelo Russell. He's supposed to be our guy. I don't think we ever indicated that he was going to be starting. The idea is that he's going to be able to share the court and, run the offense in Kyrie's absence, okay? And when I say he is ready to shock everyone, I was talking about D'Angelo Russell. With him coming off the bench, especially if this continues, I'm going to put him right in the middle of 6 man of the year conversations. He is ready to shock everyone and show what he can bring. Because I'm not just going to look at how he's played in the past. I'm going to look at the chemistry that he currently has with players like Klay Thompson and Anthony Davis and Cooper Flagg, right? This type of vibe that we have going with D'Angelo Russell, just kind of having the court vision and all of that jazz. Guys, I think this is a tremendous opportunity where he's not going to have the ball in his hands too much, right? He's not going to be taking too many of those shots that maybe are ill-advised, but he is going to have to be efficient with the time that he is on the court coming off the bench. So I really like this move for the Mavericks. It may not be a long-term solution, but as I talked about in yesterday's episode, Cooper Flagg is really good at handling the ball, not necessarily dropping dimes all over the place, but he is taking care of the ball, and he's showing poise as he's bringing the ball down the court and making the right plays at the right time. So that's the update I wanted to start off with today, is that Cooper Flagg will be your starting point guard, and we do have a solidified starting 5 in Cooper Flagg, Klay Thompson, PJ Washington, Anthony Davis, and Derek Lively. In fact, I'm going to have to update the scroll that you see at the bottom that still has D'Angelo Russell listed as the starter. And again, could change in the next couple of weeks. Jason Kidd is very, very, let's say, experimental with his lineups. Okay, now moving right along into some rumors, okay? Yesterday, it was speculated that Daniel Gafford could be available. In fact, he was labeled as probable for the season opener tonight. And then a few hours later, it's like, you know what, never mind. He is doubtful. I don't know what changed, or if maybe somebody jumped the gun and making that report. But no matter how you slice it, it's not looking like Daniel Gafford will be playing tonight. But here, the rest of our rumors today are going to center around the debut of the first overall pick, Cooper, the main event, Flagg. Okay, in fact, I'm repping Cooper today with this jersey, and y'all, the first rumor is pretty funny and it cannot be substantiated at all. There's no data to support this just yet. But this rumor is coming from none other than Ron Herod Jr. from DLLS Sports. He is the Dallas Mavericks beat writer for that network over there. By the way, really enjoy having him as part of the DLLS team. He's awesome. But he said that Cooper Flagg, with his debut shoe for New Balance, is the worst debut shoe in NBA history. And in fact, I looked at that post, and then I looked at the comment section. People are calling them the lawnmower ones. Okay, so it's pretty bad when you're getting comparisons to like the classic dad white mow the lawn type of shoes. And that's kind of what the Cooper Flagg Hezi Low V2s are looking like. Not necessarily going to go cop a pair. I'll be curious to hear what you have to say about it. The second rumor related to Cooper Flagg, and this one can be substantiated, is based off of data here. His rookie card, right? There is a 1 of 1 in the new Topps season pack, okay, that is said to be worth millions of dollars, okay? In fact, those new cards dropped yesterday, and so your boy is going to be on the hunt for his first Cooper Flagg card. Whether or not it's the 1 of 1 that's worth $1 million, or if it's 1 of 1 million, I don't care. I'm so stoked to have that added to my collection. In fact, there may be times where I bring that out and show you some cool stuff that I collected over the years related to the Mavs, and maybe like shake off the cobwebs, some old guys that you forgot about. But I am on the hunt. So if you've already copped a Cooper Flagg Topps card, man, let me know about it. Send me a picture. Let me live vicariously through you until I open that glorious pack, and there it is. So we talked about a couple of updates. Again, Cooper Flagg will be the starting point guard here at the opening night against the San Antonio Spurs. That does relegate D'Angelo Russell to the bench. And let me just say again, I'm talking about 6th man of the year for D'Angelo now, okay? I like his skill set with this roster. I like him coming off the bench and being a spark. I like what I'm seeing, and Jason Kidd is kind of a mad scientist with mixing and matching his lineups. And then the rumors, again, Cooper Flagg, worst debut shoe of all time. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. But even if his shoes are bad, his 1 of 1 rookie card could be worth millions of dollars. So maybe those New Balance shoes will be worth something someday. I don't know. I do not know. But I do want to pick up where we left off yesterday with trade discussion. Okay. Again, caveat, I do not want to trade Daniel Gafford, but I do think looking at our roster, it makes the most sense. He's got incredible value as a rim protector and rim runner. He showed some really good, what's the word I'm looking for? Chemistry in pick and roll situations last spring, whenever we first brought AD over. And so a lot of teams can look at that and be like, that's a starting caliber center. But unfortunately, that's not his role in Dallas, and unless somebody gets hurt. And we're not counting on that. I think, I'm putting it out there that we're going to have a healthy full season from our guys. So let's ignore injuries. Let's talk, let's push that to the side. Again, I don't want to trade him, but if we talked about Jaden Ivey yesterday. I actually heard back from a few of you that it is a good fit. We don't like the injury-prone history, but for the type of offense that we're running, Jaden Ivey could be just fabulous, okay? So Daniel Gafford's contract is tradable, like as soon as possible. So I think we did that for a reason. And I hinted at a player, that we can start at the 2, that his name rhymes with Boston Shreves. Yeah, you guessed it. We're talking about Austin Reeves today. In fact, I did get to watch a little bit of the Lakers' debut last night. And by the way, they look pretty bad for a long stretch of that game, okay? And I'm not going to sit here and be a hater. DeAndre Ayton did not look like he belonged on that court with, one of the best players in the world, Luka Doncic. But in the midst of all of the Lakers' kind of downfalls, one of the big bright spots was Austin Reeves, right? He was I think he was 1 assist shy of a triple-double, or maybe a few assists shy of a triple-double. But he was putting up numbers. He shot efficiently from the field, 9 of 16. And so, again, that's what we need on this roster is a bucket getter, right? He's not a knock-dead three-point shooter. I think he averaged like 37% from 3 last year, and that's pretty good. And if we can have that alongside players like Klay Thompson and D'Angelo Russell, we may have 3-ball covered, okay? But, again, if we're talking about matching salary, this does start to get into a little bit of a tricky situation. Daniel Gafford's contract is good for another 3 years. The Lakers do not – if we were to do this trade, which, by the way, you're like, Ethan, really, you want to deal with the Lakers again? Kinda. Okay, so just back up a little bit. But it would be a little bit of a tricky situation because Austin Reeves is going to be eligible for an extension heading into the summer. And that's the biggest challenge I see. The Mavericks have a lot of money on their books already between AD, Kyrie. The rookie contract for Cooper Flagg is pretty hefty because he was first overall. We've got Klay Thompson at about $17 million. We extended PJ Washington. So you're going to see quickly that we're running out of room, and we need to extend Derek Lively's rookie contract. So I don't know how that would shake out beyond this season, but I'm talking about if we need to fully commit to winning a championship this season, and I'm making it known, I have championship intentions. Okay, you're going to need somebody that can hurl up some shots. Okay, and I think Austin Reeves can do that efficiently. I think he would fit into our offense nicely. Again, we're not looking at a lockdown defender. In fact, that's one of his weak points. But you know what? Are we going to fully rely on Max Christie to be that guy for us down the stretch? Maybe. And I would be absolutely here for it. But there's not really data to support that he can be that guy for us moving forward. So I think it may be time to start firing up the trade machines. So far, we've talked about Jaden Ivey for the Detroit Pistons. Now we're talking about Austin Reeves for the Los Angeles Lakers. If we're going to keep this thread going, and Daniel Gafford is still on the chopping block, there's like maybe one or two other players that are on the radar that I think could make sense. You're just going to have to continue staying tuned to these episodes if you want to know the juicy details of what I'm thinking up here, right? The advisor is cooking something. But for now, guys, I'm just so stoked. I'm really, really thrilled. It seemed like the offseason took forever, but as I said earlier, the day of reckoning is upon us. We will see the debut of Cooper Flagg tonight. I'm a little bit terrified of what we're going to be seeing from Victor Wembanyama after training all summer with, in his own words, Raz Al Ghul, okay? Training with Hakeem Olajuwon, and even the things that we saw from him in the preseason. It's terrifying, okay? But turns out Derek Lively has been his kryptonite so far in his NBA career. And Derek Lively has continued to improve his game. Even if Wemby is 8'6", that's okay. Derek Lively grew a couple inches over the summer too. So watch out, pal. But really, guys, that's all I got for you today. Let's do this. Okay. I would love to be able to insert on the screen, the classic Dirk. You know what day it is? It's game day. But I don't have that capability yet. The second that I can do that, I'm going to be so obnoxious with the game day gif. Okay, but for now, I'm gonna bounce. Y'all be good today. Peace.